What's going on, everybody? Liam here, Everything NYJ, back with a little video for you. Before we get into this video, I just wanted to wish everybody a happy and safe holiday. Merry Christmas to everybody. Uh, so, getting into the video, there is a report going around social media from Jay Glazer that the New York Jets front office has apparently lost all confidence in Zach Wilson, and they're expected to move on from Zach Wilson at the end of the season. Yeah. It's not hard to tell. I mean, Zach Wilson is god awful. He's terrible. I was a huge fan of Zach Wilson, and he has completely lost to me. He has. And it's not apparent that Zach Wilson is going to be any better. If anything, he's getting worse. Each and every week, he's getting worse. You want to give him a little bit of credit for that Detroit Lions game? Go ahead. That was a 300-plus yard game, 317, I think it was. Could be wrong on that. I'm not sure the exact number. But how do you have confidence in Zach Wilson? How can you confidently say Zach Wilson is our future franchise quarterback? We drafted him number 2 overall, and he can't make screen passes. He can't make high school type passes. He can't read blitzes. He can't read defenses. He's missing wide open targets. He's underthrowing receivers, overthrowing receivers, throwing at receivers' backs. He's just nothing looks smooth with Zach Wilson. Nothing looks easy with Zach Wilson. So, yeah, obviously the Jets organization, the front office, Joe Douglas, Robert Saleh, Rex Hogan, sure I'm missing a couple people, Woody Johnson probably, are scratching their heads saying, this is not the guy that we drafted. And every cliche about Zach Wilson failing has been thrown out there. And I think the best one was that Zach Wilson can do things other quarterbacks can't do, but Zach Wilson can't do things that every quarterback can do. And that's absolutely true. That's hitting the nail right on the head. It's true. Moving on from Zach Wilson at the end of the season, I didn't see that happening. I mean, I'm not completely shocked, but I didn't necessarily see that happening because it's a $20 million cap hit if you move on from Zach Wilson at the end of the year. Do you want to bring Zach Wilson in as a backup? You want to give him a quarterback competition? I don't think he wins it. I think at this point you have to bring in a veteran quarterback. Even if you roll with Mike White next year, you have to bring in a veteran quarterback. No doubt. I do not feel comfortable going into next year with Zach Wilson and Mike White. That's not an indictment on Mike White. I personally, unless we bring in some star veteran quarterback, I know Jimmy G has the injury history. He's proven that he can't stay on the field. But between him and Derek Carr, I'm probably leaning more towards Jimmy G just because he's from that system that we also run. He has the connection with LaFleur and Saleh. So it just kind of seems like a no-brainer besides his injuries. But I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to bringing Zach Wilson in as a backup, considering ideally he knows the playbook, even though he doesn't show it on the field. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that we should move on from Zach Wilson? Or do you think maybe we should keep him as a backup, considering we already have him under contract as a rookie? Obviously, we're not paying him. Obviously, we're not giving him that 5th-year extension. We're not signing Zach Wilson long term. So eventually, unless somehow things click, and I don't know when Zach Wilson is going to have the opportunity to show that things have clicked, can you move forward with Zach Wilson? He's not going to be the guy. He's going to be off this team in a couple years unless somehow he can get in a game and show that everything just comes together, which, let's be honest, that's not happening. It's not going to happen. It would take more than a miracle. More than a miracle for that to happen. It's just not happening. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Follow Everything NYJ on all social media platforms at Everything NYJ, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here if you haven't done so already. Happy, safe holidays. Merry Christmas. We'll talk to you soon.